I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey, men. Leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. And you need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.
Hi, this is Cynthia Ortiz. It is the 26th of December, 2022. These are the Charles Perry Stalker podcasts. I call him a stalker. I moved twice to get away from this guy. He's a whack job. He's creepy. He's a weirdo. He's very, very cruel, very, very sadistic, very, very abusive, and gets a sick thrill just pissing everybody off, even to his own detriment, if he even knows what the hell those words even mean. We understand that he has Huntington's disease because there's a bunch of cops investigating him for sexual trafficking and exploitation, and the deprivation of food and shelter, basic rights and needs of women and children. This has been going on for some time. There's a lot of offenders and a lot of victims in a lot of jurisdictions. We don't owe anybody an explanation, as it turns out. The guys that are helping me are just like this man. They don't get it. They don't get it, pussy, you little coward. They don't. No one does. You don't beat down women and children and think that makes you tough. It makes you hideous, and it makes you a criminal. If you want to be tough, go to a biker bar and pick a fight with a guy. There's a couple of things here everybody's very, very sick and tired of, Mr. Perry. One is repeating ourselves. Ask Inson's people, or Senator Reed's people, or John Porter's people, or Governor Perry's campaign people. Ask any of them if I ever had to repeat myself for them. Ask people that I worked with in a strip club, many of whom did not finish high school, if I ever had to repeat myself for them. I said no to you. You make my skin crawl. I feel nothing for you but deep, deep, deep disgust. Absolute disgust. I'm repulsed by you. You give me the heebie-jeebies. I've said that over and over and over and over for not just a day or a week or a month or a year, but for a decade. Every fucking day, all fucking day long, and everybody's sick of that, sir. Your creepy problem, your weirdo problem, bothering us with it. Imposed on us, sir. Everybody's sick of that. You're a disgusting, the stuff that you've done to me is egregious. We get questions, how does she put one foot in front of the other? I understand she's got really good grades. He put her out on the streets, thinking that's how you get a date. Our guys are like, it's not about a date. He's trafficking her. He's trying to rip away everything in her life. He's tore apart her family. He's tore apart her finances. He's tore apart every part of her life. He's trying to get her driver's license and her birth certificate. He's already taken her driver's license and her car title. He's already taken her social and her birth certificate, and there's only one reason you need those documents. Mr. Perry, you're not a friend to me. You're a job. Everybody gets rejected. Everybody else moves on. You're a failure. You can't keep up with everybody else. Everybody else just moves on. They don't start trafficking. They don't start voyeurism. They don't start exploiting. They don't go after somebody's finances and rob and ruin and rape and destroy. I'm going to help always the people that are protecting me from you, and that give and build, not someone like you who tears down and destroys. You are a serious offender. You're a sex offender. And I'm the victim. But I'm the only victim that found out that I had been trafficked before you did it. I'm going to say that fucking again because I'm dealing with a bunch of fucktards that are like fucking need to be in a nursing home due to Alzheimer's or senile dementia or Huntington's disease. Huntington's disease, by the way, Mr. Perry does have that. And it causes psychosis, delusion, And paranoia. We don't know what David's problem is. We don't know what Calvin's problem is. We don't know what Lucius's problem is. They're just as dumb. Just as stupid. This has been so easy, it is not even fair. Because you see, when you piss us off, because you take my money, I'm sleeping in my car, you take my family, you take my documents that don't belong to you. Oh, they want my computer too. Our guys have told people that. A lot of people. I'm the only one that found out I was trafficked before you did it. We've been talking about this since the summer. We started talking about it in July. He's trying to kidnap her, and he's trying to use her family to do it, her ex-husband. He's trying to take all her money and everything she has so that she calls him and says, bring me back to Texas, where they can do more to me. But the thing is I have not done that. And everybody goes, how does she put one foot in front of the other? And the way it works typically is, what we hear is, why is he doing that to her? What is wrong with him that he is putting her through this? Hell. This is hell. It is devastating to lose your family and not spend Christmas with them. Our shrink talked to the judge this morning that gives us investigatory orders. And again, by the way, Mr. Perry again asked me today, is it your kids telling on me? Is it Seth telling on me? Who's telling on me? Oh my God. For years, I've said the same damn fucking thing. Write it the hell down. I'm not told who leaks are. I'm not told what information comes from wiretap orders or some sort of investigatory order or a leak. And I don't care. Why would I care? I'm glad I found out I was trafficked before you did it. I'm glad I hear every conversation you have about taking my car, and that you wanted my car title and my driver's license. So now they're pretty much up my ass. I don't just leave them laying around. What I asked you to do, Mr. Perry, is do not contact me. I fucking hate it. So when you do, we get more. Because you ignored what I said I want. I came here to get away from you and be with my family. You make my skin crawl. You have zero chance of a date with me. You're an offender, a sex offender. Stalking is a felony. Hacking is a felony. Voyeurism is a felony. Coercion is a felony. Witness tampering is a felony. We've already said this over and over and over and over and over. And the more you do to me, the more pissed off everybody gets at you. Guys that help me that are just like this one right here. Just exactly like him. They don't pick on girls. They pick on dudes. But they don't even pick on dudes unless they're protecting a woman. Or protecting someone from crime. Bullying. You're a bully. And everybody's sick and tired of dealing with that. So our shrink goes into the court today. And the judge said, did she get to spend Christmas with her family? Did they get her a hotel? Nope. No, sir, they did not. She slept in her car. She worked. They fucked with her work. Again, here's what they did. And he went into detail as to what all y'all did. And then he said, one of the guys was telling what happened. Then he said, her family didn't even talk to her. And the shrink said, that is a severe loss for her. She also discussed the text between my cousin and I. And then all of a sudden, nothing. The same thing with my ex-husband and my son. And then all of a sudden, nothing. And then they played the recording again of y'all saying, we've told her family they may not help her. They may not even talk to her. We need to traffic her. So that got another order granted this morning. We said, leave me the fuck alone. You give it back and you get out, or they'll do it for you. And when that happens, you're giving them complete control. When we get information, because the longer you're in my life, the longer my privacy is invaded, the longer you try to contact me, the longer you threaten and harass me, the longer I'm broke, the longer Mike's in jail, the more we get. It has been that way for years. We quote you every day. We have names of people. We get more names every time you cause a loss of a home. That is a serious loss. So the shrink said he's taken home after home after home after home. Wrecked car after car after car after car. Tried to do mechanical damage. And now he's trying to take the car she's got now. Tried to kill her. Now he's ripped her family. She did not spend Christmas with her family. The judge was furious. I mean, he was mad. And heartbroken for me. So he signed off on whatever it was they asked for. And the shrink said her attitude remains positive. She's able to properly manage her emotions, because I'm going to tell you something. She's always afraid. She's always angry. She's always pissed off because he's taken everything from her. And she's always in a state of grieving, because he's taking things that mean a lot to her, that she worked for all her life, or that were very, very important to her, people that she's known all her life, that were very, very important to her. Her own kids, her ex-husband, her cousins, her aunts, her uncles, that she's known and that have been a part of her life long before she met Mr. Perry. And he took all of that. And he does one thing after another. Every day it's something. So she's always afraid of what's it going to be today. She's always anxious and stressed out about what's it going to be today. But she does an excellent job of managing those emotions. All of those emotions are normal reactions to a very, very abnormal situation. And I'm extremely proud of her. I think I'm impressed that she's able to handle this for this long. She's been subjected to prolonged, extreme duress, unbearable duress. And she has the normal, she gets upset, she gets mad. I would too. I'd kill him. And she continues on, does her thing. What do we need to do next? Focuses always on the next step of the process to end it, so he can't do this to her anymore. What day are they going to arrest you, Mr. Perry? Mr. Robertson? Calvin, Lucius? You think we're just doing this because we're bored? You think we're just getting these recordings to play as party entertainment? Who got me the Fabian puzzle? One of you guys was talking about, I think that maybe we can explain away all the times that she found out what we were going to do beforehand. But this Fabian puzzle, I don't know how to explain that away. How'd she get that? Who got that to her? Exactly, you don't know. I have people's names that work in for you. Calvin, who's bald and fat. Lucius. Geppetto, who's the witch. Sanjay, who's the hacker. Beverly. Monique. James, Ruben, Dickie, whoever the fuck Dickie is, Richard. Should I go on? What name are we getting next? What name did you want us to have next? When you contact me, boy, howdy, it makes me mad. Because I fucking hate it. I don't want to hear from you. I came to Oklahoma to be with my family and not have any further contact or dealings with you. None. You have come uninvited to a state where you do not live and terrorize the citizens of that state. It's been noticed. Someone in Texas wants to know how much money of Texas taxpayer money did you spend doing that? They're looking into it now. Who else looking into it? We have 12 reporters helping us. 3 do not live in the U.S. You will not be controlling them. He asked me yesterday, is it China? Is China helping you? Call China and tell them to stop stopping your crime, okay? Cuckoo bird. Yeah, I mean, he asked me one day, is it Medicare? Yeah, Medicare's job is to stop crime. That's who it is. How'd you know? Call them and tell them to stop stopping your crime. Whoever you think it is, call them. I'm not going to help you. I've never helped you. Why would I start now? Because you're about to be in jail, and then I won't be peeped on anymore. Raped. It's like being raped. I won't be terrorized anymore. I won't lose anything anymore. There won't be any more stress and threats to me and my family. There won't be any more loss and drama and problems or cruelty. And I won't ever be broke again. They're giving me what you refuse. I do not date a man unless he makes sure I don't miss a meal. Period. You don't ride this ride. I do not date a man unless he respects the law, me, and boundaries. And in 13 years, you've not done that even for 1 minute. You absolutely disgust me. It is a felony crime to peep on a woman. It is a felony crime to hack a woman or anybody. It is a felony crime to stalk. It is a felony crime to witness tamper. The act is grand larceny with intent to coerce. Interference with contracts in commerce with intent to coerce. And now deprivation of food and shelter with intent to coerce. That's what they're looking at doing. Nothing's been finalized yet, but that's what the talk has been for some time. And you know that. You've been told this. It's not like y'all don't know. You get full disclosure. Probably more than any criminal ever has before. And while we're naming people that work for you and quoting you, and I found out I was trafficked, and I'm the only victim that has ever found out I was trafficked before you did it. And to who? Houston Realtor guy. He's just so pathetic and stupid. He can't just go in a bar and get a date, or go on our time and get a fucking date. I don't have any use for you, sir. I'm not gonna be starving and you come, oh, sweetheart, you don't have to sleep in your car. You can come home with me. Now bend over and suck my dick. Fuck you. I'll bite your dick off. That's it. And I'll be, digging out of a dumpster anyway, because that's the way y'all do those girls. Perform like we want you to, sexually. Gross yourself out. Get raped. Traumatized. Terrorized. And if you don't, if you're not thankful, because I gave you some food, you can eat out of a dumpster. Isn't that how y'all act? How many times have you guys said, she's going to learn not to bite the hand that feeds her, after you've taken the money that I can make? The money I made. You took it. You stole it. You gave me your canned food. You took my steak. You gave me your fucking canned food. And you say that, and everybody's like, oh my God, wow, the delusion is off the rails. It is off the rails with him saying shit like that. What the fuck? Our guys are like this, very chivalrous, very kind. People like people who make life easy and fun. And that's my guys. We can get information and you can't, David. People don't like you, David and Calvin and Lucius and Charles. They don't like y'all. They have it. None of it. We can get information and you can't because of it. You guys make everything a thing, and everything's an ordeal, and everything's drama, and everything's a problem. And what should be easy is hard. And what's fun, you make it unfun. You fuck up everything. Everybody's sick of that. And the repeat, and the creepy, and the cruelty, and the suffering. So tired of it, David. So we can get information and you can't. Geppetto the witch. When you caused me to lose my home again within a few months, which was just a little fucking old rundown hotel room. We got Geppetto's name out of that, David. Thank you. We got Lucius's name out of that, David. Thank you. You didn't get anything, did you? Perry's never going to get a date. I don't go out with men who can't respect the law and boundaries, and I have to repeat myself. I'm not a special ed teacher. I'm not going to date somebody like that. I'm not going to date somebody who can't understand a fucking thing I say, and who has nothing more interesting to talk about, because all he did is watch me all day. I know what I did all day. I only date men who work hard and have something interesting to talk about. I only date men who make sure I don't miss a meal. And that's not you. So, I've made that very clear for a very long time. I want no contact with Mr. Perry. I moved here to be with my family. You deprived me of that this holiday, and now everybody they're after y'all today. That judge was mad. So whatever order they asked for, he couldn't sign it fast enough. So when we start quoting you, remember, you did ask for that. That's what you wanted. You're not going to get a date with somebody like me, stupid. I can't. For 13 years, there's not been a date. There will never be a date. There's no such thing as a concubine delusional. When you start talking, you ought to hear the people laugh at you behind your back. There's no such thing as a fucking concubine whack job. You can tell there's something wrong with you when you start talking about that shit. It's weird. You're a weirdo. Absolute weirdo. It's embarrassing to me. It's completely embarrassing to me. There's no relationship there. It's all in your head. In order to have a relationship, both people have to want to be in it. Both people you got to see each other. You got to hang out. You got to do things together. I want no contact with you at all. I don't. I want you to shut up and leave me alone. Shut the hell up and go away. Everybody's just furious with you people for causing me so much loss. So when we quote you and when we find out things beforehand, like, don't take orders from Papa John's. They were just talking about it, and the guy said, she doesn't do pizza orders. Yeah, she does sometimes. She'll do these. I didn't take them. That was last night. I found out I was trafficked before you did it. Perry was going to share me or some bullshit. The guy that bought me, that gave you half up front, I'm going to tell you what I think about that, because I know y'all are arguing. He gave you half up front, and you're supposed to get the half when you deliver. And everybody's finally starting to get it. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'll eat off a dumpster first. And then everybody will really hate you and we'll get a whole lot more until your arrest. What day will that be? And the more we get, the easier it'll be for a conviction. And restitution. I'll get a whole lot more restitution the more y'all do. Creepy Charles. Creepy Chucky. You're not wanted. You're not loved. You're told on, dumbass. Look at your results. Look at ours. Everything we do is based on results. Results and outcomes. Nothing else matters but that. And if we don't get the results and outcomes we want, we change everything. We completely change the strategy. Y'all just go right back at it. We're like, oh my God, it's so easy. It is not even fair. So easy, it is not even fair. Criminals are stupid. Stupid. There's studies that show that. Low IQ and no impulse control. You can't control your emotions. You for sure can't, Calvin. I mean, she's got amazing control over her emotions and managing her emotions. Because I can tell you, I'm talking to her. She's scared all the fucking time. She's sad all the time because he's always taking what she cares about, not what she loves. She's always in a state of grieving. Every fucking day. Always traumatized. Always worried about what's he going to do to me next. What crime is he going to commit against me next? What catastrophic, profound loss will he cause next? Every day, all the time, he's terrorizing her. So, but her attitude is very positive, and I'm amazed. And I'm very impressed at how well she's able to manage her emotions. Because she has every right to freak out, and she's not. She focuses on the next step in the process. What's next to end it? What's next to end it? What's next to make this be over? It is. That's what I focus on. So, I don't know what else to tell you guys. You just, when you do what we told you to cut it out, it's illegal to stalk, hack, peep, so get the fuck out of my phones and my computers, get out of my life. It's a felony on all. Stop witness tampering, stop trying to coerce me. All of that's a crime. Stop it. And when you don't, the longer I'm broke, the longer Mike is in jail, because you did something illegal there to cause that, the more we get, because you're making people upset and uncomfortable and disturbed and pissed off. And so when you do that, you give our guys complete control. We've always controlled the flow of information, always. You've never controlled that. You're giving it right to us. And you're going to give back what you took and get the fuck out of my life, or he'll do it through the normal legal process. And then he's in control of it. You don't control anything. You give that control right over to him. Just like that. When I told the story yesterday of here's how my guy is, if somebody complains about those civil rights to him, I mean, they could go to their attorney. That's what the attorney's there for. He says, well, maybe I need a refresher on civil rights. Write the Constitution for me. Write down all your civil rights. Then on a different piece of paper, write down the civil rights I violated and how exactly I did to violate, what I do to violate them. And I'll be back in a couple days to pick it up. Never hears another word about it. And you guys already, we did that on purpose. Everything we do is very methodical and strategic. I don't make a mistake. I have not made a mistake in all these years. I only tell you something if I want you to know it. And if I want you to know it, there's something, we're because you're so easy to read and very consistently stupid, we know exactly how you're going to react. Watch, they're going to make a bunch of phone calls to find out if anybody says that. They're not going to get any information, but we will. Watch this. Yeah, okay, so there's that. We know you made the phone calls, right? The rest of it is confidential. I'm not going to talk to you about that because I'm not stupid. I don't let things slip out. If we say something, it's intentional. It's very intentional. It's very strategic. And I'm waiting for you to do something. We all are. We're waiting for your reaction. And we know your reaction will prove guilt. Somehow, some way. We've already got it planned out. We already know exactly what we're doing. We've done that for years. 6 years in a strip club, not one slip up. And I'd see you guys, like David did that night. He comes in, he sits down, and Mar goes over. The waitress at Lady Godiva's is talking to him. And she comes running over to me. Are the feds involved? Well, I know. I'm not stupid. I'm not born yesterday. I know David told her to come ask me that. So, I mean, you guys act like... I've been out thinking you for years in my sleep. So I was kind of shocked that he did that and thought, oh, well, she won't suspect a thing. I looked at Margot and I went, well, yeah. Here's the thing. My charges were not federal. She goes, oh, good, and runs back over and tells David. David literally pranced out of that building like a little girl. His feet hit the ground maybe once or twice, all the way out the door. He got something. I was embarrassed for him. I could not believe it. I started laughing. We all started laughing. I didn't even answer his question. I didn't say the feds are involved or not involved. I said my charges aren't federal. And that happened every day, all the time. Every day, all the time. I would say something and everybody would go running outside to tell Charles's people, or Charles himself, who's sitting outside my club a lot of times, where he shouldn't be, if he's not a stalker. You know, you went into court and lied a lot, didn't you? Perjury. 5 years minimum per count. And if you lie in court under oath, you'll lie anywhere to anybody at any time. So, we'd watch them go running out thinking they got something. And we'd laugh. Okay, well, let them think what they want to think. And you found out you didn't you? Somebody actually told you that. If she tells you something, don't get all happy thinking you got something. Because we've watched her. She's feeding you misinformation. She's fucking with you. A lot of times she'll fuck with you and you won't know that's what she's doing. So I wouldn't get all happy thinking she slipped up or if she gives you something, there's a strategy there. I'd be very careful. And the same thing. And nothing's changed. So our guys are like this, man. And this one.
Leave me alone! Please!
Just talk to me for 2 minutes. First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
Okay, now as for my family. Okay, stalkers typically stalk the family or use the family to stalk. And I know how much you've had a conversation with my family. I know. And if they're afraid to talk to me about it, we don't have to talk about it. We didn't for years, because you think I didn't know all that time. Of course I knew all that time. I'd go over and pretend like I had no idea. We talked about everything but Charles Berry. Life, there's a lot of life completely outside of Charles, nothing to do with Charles Berry. And nobody would be happier to sit down and talk with my family about anything but that than me. You don't owe me an apology, you don't owe me any explanations, and I'm not going to give you any. I can't right now, I'm sorry. I can't do it. I'm sorry that they hurt you. I wish you would have talked to me about it. But the fact that you didn't, it's not a big deal. I mean, this is not something I'm worried about. We've heard you talking to my ex-husband. We've heard you talking to my cousin. We've heard you talking to my uncle. We've heard you talking to my friends and family. Right? And you clearly did if you thought they were a leak. So, again, I'm not told who the leaks are and how they obtain information. I don't care. I'm just glad to have the information I need to survive all this. Because this is some serious, deranged crime, demented crime. The shrink told the judge that this morning. These people are depraved, mentally depraved. They've done some very egregious things to her that have caused serious loss. And she's in a constant state of fear, and a constant state of grieving, and a constant state of being very pissed off. But she remains very positive and has been able to manage her emotions in a way that I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. A lot of people can't do that. She's doing it very well. She's high functioning under extreme, prolonged duress. High functioning. So, that's why I was called in to do this, sir. That's why I was called in to do this. See, you thought you're a job for me. So my family doesn't need to worry about anything. I don't want to talk about it. If you want to talk about it and you want to bring it up, fine. I'm not going to bring it up, and I'm not going to talk about it with you. But Mr. Perry has some fixing he better do. He doesn't have a choice. And our shrink said that. It speaks to his delusion as much as we have that he thinks he has a choice. When he's told, get the hell out of her life. Get the fuck out of her life. Now, in response to your buy-a-lie offer, I've said no. You give back what you took and you get the fuck out, or they'll get it back for me. They'll do it for you. And it's none of it. When we quote you, it's not up to you, nor will that be through the normal legal process. And then they control it, and you have no control over fuck. You've never had control over the flow of information. 10 years. You're not gonna have any control over that either. I don't want you, weirdo. You're cruel, and you can't respect boundaries in the law, and work, and have something interesting to talk about, and respect life, people's privacy, and the law. You don't get to ride this ride, and I've said that. I'm not attracted to that. I'm repulsed by it. Everybody is. We can get information, and you can't.
How does this make you feel? You're filming my father and my fucking sister. How does this make you
Is that
feel?
the one that put all those scratches on your arm? You want to see the
Scratches?
pictures?
I got
I
scratches.
can show you the pictures right now.
No, I want you to leave my family fucking alone.
Keep hanging outside of them.
Hit the road. Dude, I promise you, you're gonna get yours and you're
I don't
not
give a fuck. You can bring whoever the fuck you want.
That's okay. You're gonna
Is
find
that
That's okay. He says that to her twice. She even comments on one of these. He said, did he actually say that's okay? It's really not okay. It's really not. People are very offended by his behavior and yours. There's a reason it's illegal. And if you're doing something illegal, I've said this before, Alzheimer's, if you're doing something illegal, you're doing something people don't like. And if you do things people don't like, they're not going to like you, and they're not going to help you. You've never gotten help. Why would anybody start helping you now? You have built this up, and yeah, we're looking for patterns. We can spot a pattern the second time you do it. Somebody said that. They're looking for patterns. He's giving it to them. He's giving them the patterns. I found out I was trafficked before you did it. Now, on the money, okay, so from what we hear, Houston Realtor pays Mr. Perry half up front for me, a person. Captain Gimpy, I'm going to sell your house, okay? It's not my house, it's your house, but I'm going to sell it anyway. Yeah, that's how much sense that makes. Sold me half up front. He's supposed to get the other half on delivery. Otherwise, he's got to pay him back. Here's my opinion on that. I would agree to some extent that you should be paid back that money. You got conned. But the other part of that is you're stupid. You're stupid. You don't deserve that money. You were dumb enough to come up here and fantasize about a woman you know you weren't going to get. You knew that. If you didn't know that, then don't pay. I don't think you should get the money back at all. Stupidity costs people stuff. You're just that dumb and pathetic that you gave somebody that money and didn't check things out first and didn't do diligence and didn't look into it. And the second I started finding out shit, you didn't think anything of it. You blew it off. So you deserve the loss, sir. You deserve the loss. And Mr. Perry deserves to go to jail for trafficking. That's the plan. That's why we're doing what we're doing. Maybe you should go too. Maybe you ought to go too. Trafficking is a serious crime. It comes with a life sentence, and I've said that. And I've said it over and over and over and over and over. And you think that you deserve a refund. Wow. Oh my God. Wow. Maybe I should get the refund. Because both of you caused me a serious financial loss. Serious financial catastrophic loss. Mr. Perry, stop creeping me the fuck out. Stop creeping me out. Do not contact me again. I fucking hate it. Do not contact me. Do not creep me out again. Cut it out. Sir, get out of my phone. Get out of my life. Shut up. I didn't ask you what you think. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. Everybody's sick of hearing it. Act like you understand what I just said, because that's a repeat again. You need to shut up. And leave everybody the hell alone. Leave everybody alone. At the end of the day, When I tell you, give it back and get out in response to your BILI money, that's illegal. And it's stupid to do that to me, especially with all the stuff I have. The fact that you would offer me a bribe is unbelievably stupid, sir. You can tell you have a mental problem. You're mentally impaired. You can tell. I mean, I know. It's like talking to a stupid, like a veggie. The stuff you say doesn't even make sense any more than what he says. You're a lot worse than him. I mean, you're deranged. You're fucking deranged. So, Houston guy, you committed a serious crime against me with giving him that money and continuing to help tear down my life so that you could get your pretend, what, sex slave? There's no love there. There's not anything real there. And people are very angry at you guys. It's a crime. People don't like crime. It's causing loss for everybody else. People don't like it. We can get information and you can't. I found out I was trafficked. None of your other victims have that information, do they? Any of your other victims have name? Have Fat Calvin's name? Lucius's name? Sanjay's name? Anybody else have that? I have that. You better pay attention. If after I have that, and I'm quoting you guys, that does, I mean, what do you think that's for? Charles is delusional. Charles can't put two and two together. He can't tie his shoe by himself. What about the rest of you? Do you all have Huntington's disease? Do you really think when you're this cruel and this bully, people are going to respect you? You're not getting help. You're not getting information. We are. That's the results. That's the outcomes. We're meeting our goal. Our goal is to lock you up so you can't hurt people anymore. Because you're hurt, you're depraved and demented and deranged. And you hurt people and you don't think anything of it. But everybody else does. Everybody else is horrified by what you're doing. Horrified. The judge today was horrified that I spent Christmas in my car, not with my family. That you did that to me. The way it works is what we hear is, why is he doing that to her? Why is he putting her through that? What is wrong with him? And then next thing you know, we're quoting you. So, get off your high horses. You guys are arrogant pieces of shit. Everybody's really sick of that. And of you. We can get information and you can't. Do you understand? Look at your results, look at ours. Nothing else matters but that. Outcomes. That's all that matters. This is a deranged thing to say, what this guy says here. Nuttier than a fruitcake.
That's
Fucking
right.
army. I don't give a fuck.
How does this make you feel? You're filming my father and my fucking sister. How does this make you
You're the
feel?
one that put all those scratches on your arm. You want to see the
Scratches?
You want,
I got
I
scratches.
can show you the pictures right now.
No, I want you to leave my family fucking alone.
Keep hanging outside of there.
Monkey, hit the road. Dude, I promise you, you're gonna get yours and you're
I don't give a fuck. You can bring whoever the fuck you want.
That's okay. You're
You
gonna
can bring
Is
the
that a
whole fucking
threat?
army.
Yeah, that's a threat. Go be normal. Go be normal, princess. This is how everybody else sees it. It's sure as shit our guys.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Amen. Leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. You need to leave her alone. And this is bacon.
Alright, so hang on. Alright, so every time we quote you, David, Calvin, Lucius, your people, and I found out I was trafficked, and I have information no other victim has. Mr. Perry, I would like for you to shut up and get out of my phone. I do not care what you think. I did not ask you, Connie Curry. You weren't asked. Will you please shut up? Mr. Perry, I don't want to hear from you. It really pisses me off. I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to hear from you. I don't care what you think. I did not ask you. Were you asked? Please stop contacting me, you whack job. You don't even make sense. We got all this, right? I don't care what you think, whack job. You're delusional. You're fucking delusional. It's embarrassing to me. I don't want anything to do with you. You're a fat, lazy turnoff. You repulse me. You're rejected again today, and you failed. Because normal people move on, and you can't be normal. You fail. You just failed every day. Move on. So we have all this that nobody else has. This right here, what does this say? They're looking for patterns, and he just gives it to them. We control the flow of information, always have. At the end of this, you're going to give back what you took, and you're going to fix what you broke, and you're going to get the fuck out of my life. You don't have a choice as much as we have. Why would you think you have a choice unless you got delusional problems? No grasp on reality. That right there was the first you know of, but not the first. It says he's intending to isolate me. He's intending to coerce me. And you did. You tried. You tried. That was in 2015. Right? We got all this, and you think you have a choice when you're told, give it back and get the hell out. I don't want your buy-a-lie money. I'm not going to lie for you. That's illegal. It's illegal for you to do that. Try to bribe me. What's not legal is the legal debt that you owe. Pay it and get out. Or they'll do it through the normal legal process, and then they control it. Just the way they've always controlled the information. You don't control shit. You're delusional. You're mentally ill. We can all see it. It's embarrassing. The more you talk, the more you can see it. It's embarrassing. I don't like you. Fuck off. And there's this, and there's this. I mean, it's constant, every day, all day. I'm typing up what y'all just said. Or what somebody else said about it. Okay? So our shrink told Perry, shut up. Get out of my phone. Shut up and get out of my phone. He thinks this is a conversation. That's how delusional he is. He's peeping and he's hacking, and he knows I'm doing a podcast. This is a recording. It's not live. It's not a phone call. How embarrassing. Oh my God. Wow. What a weirdo. Creepy little weirdo. So, for 13 years, you're a reject. Fail. You're just too stupid to figure out how to move on like the rest of us do. Yeah. Everybody else moves on, and you're not keeping up with everybody else. So we get all this. Every time you talk about taking my car, where's her title? We hear it. Every fucking time. So when we say, stop it. And if you think you have a choice, you're truly detached from all reality. As much as we have. No other victim knew they were trafficked before. I did. Why is that? Why is that, David? Why is that, Lucius? Why is that, Calvin? Bald fat Calvin? Huh? Why is that, Sanjay? Name one of my guys. One of them. In 10 years, you have nobody's name. And I don't slip up, David. You got to know that by now. If I put something out there that you think you're going to call somebody, goes, you have a call up that says this to people. Do you think we didn't know you were going to do that? Do you think we didn't already have a plan with that? You really think? I mean, you got to know by now, I don't slip up. I'll fuck with you. I'll fuck with you. You should know that. So, sometimes you may not know that's what I'm doing. Yep. So we have all this from today and yesterday. There was a big old long conversation yesterday. Wasn't there? About you. Is he not mentally stable? Nope. He's got Huntington's disease, and it makes you delusional. But the thing is we don't know how she found out about that. Here's the way this works, David and Calvin and Lucius, you cruel pieces of shit, deranged, depraved, Charlene here. When you cause me a problem, everybody goes, why is he doing that to her? Why is he putting her through that? Why is he keeping her from her family on Christmas? Why is he making her sleep in a car on Christmas? What kind of asshole does that? And the next thing we know is we're quoting you, and I find out you got Huntington's disease and I was trafficked. People do not like your crime. They do not like what you're doing. Everybody's sick and tired of it. And sick and tired of you, Charles. And the repeat You gotta say it over and over and over and over and over. And the fucktard still doesn't get it. Get a special ed teacher or a nurse. I don't want a fucking thing to do with you. This disease that you have is between your wife and your pastor and your doctor. Get it off me. Get it the fuck off me, sir. Stop bothering me with your, ick and slime. Get out of Oklahoma. I didn't invite you here. Get away from my family. Get away from my family. Get the fuck away from my family, sir. You don't have a choice. As many times as I've quoted you, our shrink says that the fact that he thinks he has a choice tells me he's in extreme delusion and should be hospitalized right now. He's in some trouble. We're naming people. They don't have any of our names, not even one. We got a lot of their names. And he thinks he has a choice? That's somebody who can't ration and reason like a normal human being, like an adult male, reasonable, prudent person, an individual. You're just stupid. So, there's that. I mean, it's been all weekend. We typed up stuff all fucking weekend. Or I did. Last night I'm telling my guy, he's watching the Papa John's orders come through. Don't take those. He goes, I'm sleeping in my car again, and Charles bothered me all fucking night. And he goes, and I gave you intel all fucking night. That's how that works. So I don't know how many different ways we can say the same thing for y'all to get it. Everybody's sick of you. Everybody's sick of Charles's creepy problem and his weirdo problem and his delusions and his pretend life imposed on everybody else. Everybody's sick of your crime. People do not like your crime. They do not like what you're putting me and Mike through. They fucking hate it. So we can get your names, we can get information, and nobody will help you. They're not gonna help you. Everybody wants you to stop. And if you don't do it by yourselves like big boys, it'll be done for you. And then you give control to my guys. Every time we quote you, you're giving us control. Because you pissed them off. I'm broke. And my guy said she's not to be broke anymore. Respect the law and the boundaries and her. She's not to have her privacy invaded anymore. You're not to threaten her anymore. You leave her alone. Leave her the fuck alone. Right? Didn't he say that in July? So I've got, hang on. Look at these. Those go with police recordings. And nobody will help you out with who has it. Right? But I'll tell you what, every time we get one of these, it's somebody said, why is he doing that to her? Why is he putting her through that? What's wrong with him that he's putting her through that? It's mean. It's cruelty. A man's kindness brings blessings. His cruelty will be his downfall. I'm the Jenga piece, dumbasses. Every time you fuck with me, you get caught. Every fucking time. And you just go right back at it like a dog to his vomit. And everybody's going, oh my God, wow. You gotta be shitting me with this. You gotta be shitting me with this. So if you're not getting, it doesn't fix your problems to do what you're doing to me. It doesn't get you a cover-up. The crime's more uncovered than ever. When in your life has your crime been caught this much? Charles doesn't get a date. I'm not in this relationship with him. He's in that by himself. Him and his blow-up doll and his TV show. It doesn't get any more pathetic. Not just for a day, not for just a week, but for a decade. I moved twice to get away from you, weirdo. I came here to be with my family, not have to be separated from my family, because you came up here and fucked everything up. You fix it today. Whatever you broke, you fix it today. Whatever you took, give it back today. Whatever, and then get out. Or, my guys will be happy to do it for you. And then you've given the control over to them. Same way as when we get this information. You did something illegal, it pissed everybody off, it caused me an injury, and we got something. We got more. That way, it's been that way for years. What day are they gonna arrest y'all? And we're done. And the more we get, the easier it will be to get convictions and a whole lot more restitution. Is that what you wanted? Was that the results you wanted? That's the results you've got. No other results. Nothing else has happened in all this time but that. Not another fucking thing. So, when you're sitting in prison, I'll come ask you, is it cute now? All the shit you put me through, is it cute? You thought it was cute. What about now? Is it cute now? Everybody's sickened by what you're putting me through. Sick of it. Sick of you. Charles, everybody's sick and tired of you. And the cruelty and the suffering and the bothering and they gotta repeat everything. Just tired of it. Go the fuck away. Get the fuck off me, you sick rapist. Get off me, you sick rapist. Get off me. You need to control yourself. You really need to control yourself. Get the fuck out of my life. Get off me. Don't contact me because I fucking hate it. And every time you do, we get more of these because I fucking hate it. All of you are showing us some seriously deranged, depraved, the shrink said it to the judge this morning, very, very depraved men to put her through that on Christmas. She suffered as, she goes, I can tell you, because I know Cynthia, and I know how she feels about her family, and I know how she feels about Christmas, and I know what any psychiatrist or psychologist would say to this. This was a severe trauma to her to not be with her family on Christmas and to be sleeping in her car. Severe. And they've imposed that on her against her will. And they had no right to do that. And she's been amazing in properly managing her emotions about it, because I can tell you she's got some. She's very angry. She's very hurt. And so are we. And the judge is livid with you and couldn't sign the order fast enough. So that's our results from what you did. Okay? It's different when you do it to me, but it's the same every time you do it. There's no date. There's no cover-up. Nobody will help you with information. We can get information like that because everybody hates you people for your cruelty. Fucking hate y'all. Everybody's sick of y'all. We can get information like that and you can't because of it. Because you're depraved. And you're deranged and you need to be in jail where you can't hurt people anymore. That's the goal, and nobody's gotten closer to that goal than we have. So when you threaten me, princess, don't forget who it is you're talking to. I knew I was trafficked. None of your other victims have that. None of your other victims has this. This goes back to July. He's trying to kidnap her and traffic her. That was somebody else talking. We put it out. You knew we had it. You did it anyway. So easy. It is not even fair. The rest of the world sees you all like this. What hideous monsters would put somebody through this day after day and drag it on and on and on. The more you drag it on, the more we get, the easier it'll be to get convictions and restitution. What day are they going to arrest you? What day are they going to take you out of the society you're posing a danger to? Mr. Perry, if you fucking can't get this through your head by now, you need to be hospitalized today. Do not contact me. I fucking hate it. I will not help you. When you're gone, I have my privacy back, my family back, and I'll never be broke again. They are giving me everything you have taken. Everything you've taken. Fuck the hell off, bitch. I don't care what you think. Didn't ask you. I will never help you. If you want help, then give it back and get out, and my guy will be in touch with you. But the longer you drag this out, the less he can do. The less he wants to do. I said, get the hell out of my car, get out of my phone, get out of my home, get out of every part of my life. Fix what you broke, pay back what you took, and get the hell out. And otherwise, shut up. Everybody's sick of you. Everybody's sick and tired of you. Everybody hates your guts. Everybody's sick of you. Leave me the fuck alone.
Leave me alone! Please!
Just talk to me for 2 minutes. First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
So I did say that they hacked my Dasher app and that they'll have their buddy call in an order so they can get my picture on a doorbell camera to take into court to say they're not stalking. Stalking is a crime, felony. Hacking is a felony. Voyeurism is a felony. You can, without voyeurism and hacking, you couldn't know what I'm doing at any given time. You couldn't know. And, so yeah, I didn't take the Papa John's orders last night, David. I guess you were upset about that. Why would I do that, David? The more you fuck with me, the more you get caught, David. It's been 10 years of it every damn day. So, do you have Huntington's or some such too? You act like you do. I could do the disclaimer. I'm going to say, here's the disclaimer. Same thing I always say on the disclaimer applies here too. Applies on all of these. But otherwise, fuck you. Whatever it is, you think what you want, whack jobs. Mr. Perry, you're going at my kids like a motherfucker, and you stay away from my kids. Would you like somebody to fuck with your children the way you fuck with mine? Huh? Would you? Get the fuck away from my children. Get the fuck away from my children. When you bother me, we get what you just said. Every time. I found out I was trafficked before. I'm the only victim that knows that. I'm the only one. Stop being creepy, Charles. Stop it. Everybody's sick of your creepy problem and your weirdo problem and your unwanted contact and your bothering. Shut up. Didn't ask you what you think. I don't care. And the need to repeat over and over. I don't have to repeat for anybody but you. It's so embarrassing. So fucking. Get a fucking nurse. Get a fucking nurse. One time is all you should have to say something. So our shrink thinks you need to be in the hospital. Badly. You're in bad shape mentally. And that was discussed. Is he mentally impaired? Yep, he's got Huntington's disease. Makes you delusional. But the thing is how'd she find out about that? Why is he doing that to her? Why is he putting her through that? What a horrible thing to do. And then how'd she find out about that? How'd she know? How'd she find out? Every time you fuck with me, you get caught. Nothing else has happened in 10 years but that. Nothing. How many times has your crime been caught before you did this to me? And when you do it to me, though, you get caught. David, you're very slow. I don't like your mental slow either. Very irritating to have to deal with somebody that slow. And the repeat.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone. I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes. And I'll leave you alone.
Oh my god. It's too damn early for this shit. Leave me alone.
How do you dress like that? What are you a prostitute? I'm serious.
Sir, please leave.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone. I don't want proof of this.